We think of pictures and stories as reflections of what we see in the world around us, but they can also be powerful tools for shaping our views of the world. Men and women, boys and girls are often described in stereotypical gender roles and are depicted with stereotyped accessories, and gender non-conforming characters are seldom represented. Pictures and stories can influence children's understanding of gender roles. They may think that certain roles, professions, and accessories are only for one sex. Meet Teacher Kosi. She chooses pictures and stories carefully. She discusses gender stereotypes and role models with the children to help them reflect on gender identity and gender roles. Before she uses the material in class, Kosi checks pictures and storybooks for gender stereotypes. This helps her to avoid or challenge them. Let's take a closer look at different types of content that Kosi encounters. Pictures and stories can contain explicit gender stereotypes and traditional roles. For example, in fairy tales or mainstream magazines. Sometimes gender stereotypes are hidden or subtle. At first glance, a picture or story may seem gender neutral, but if we look a little harder, we notice that the characters are assigned stereotyped gender characteristics, such as male characters being strong and female characters being scared. There are also pictures and stories that challenge gender stereotypes, or that contain gender non-conforming examples. Some pictures and stories promote gender diversity. These contain characters of different gender identities, expressions, and roles. Gender-neutral pictures and stories do not contain gender stereotypes. They convey the message that characters are free to make choices for themselves. Helping children identify and become aware of gender roles in pictures and stories will help them to realize that gender stereotypes should not limit them. Kosi asks children different questions to help them think about gender roles. She does not correct children, but is a critical listener and challenges children's thinking by asking them why they think that way. Teacher Kosi purposefully displays examples of gender diversity to give learners many opportunities to understand and respect it. Reading stories about characters who enjoy activities that are not gender stereotyped expands learners' understanding and ideas about what they can do and achieve. Kosi discusses these characters with the children. She asks them if they would do these things and if they can do them. Being aware of gender stereotypes in pictures and stories allows children to identify and break down stereotypical ideas about gender. Drawing their attention to stereotypes and role models helps children reflect on gender identity and gender roles so they know that no one is limited by their sex and everyone is free to make their own choices.